Hey guys, you're listening to a pre-recorded Gaming Grotto podcast. We're going to be talking about a previous update to Pokemon Go. Is Pokemon Go not fixing any problems? And the green movement. Find out what that is. Save it for the podcast.
Welcome to the Gaming Grotto podcast. I'm Juniker, and I am joined by Robbie, Sal, and Eladio.
Alright guys, so I used to have an iPhone 4, and it really stunk playing Pokemon Go. But now, recently, I just got an iPhone 6s, and I'm super happy because now I can actually play. The clapping noises like right. I can actually play Pokemon Go now because to me now it feels like it's my second first time playing again because like you know that feeling when Pokemon Go just barely came out and you're just having a blast with the game. Yeah. Well, I never actually got to have that feeling. Like I mean I did. But
you had a bunch of issues.
Well, I had all these issues.
Well, with your situation, that was our situation when the game came out.
Right, but that situation, it always had. And the funny thing is, a lot of people say, "Man, you got the biggest patience ever," because I had the worst problems all the time.
Yeah, dude.
But now I have the 6S, and all these stuff to Pokemon Go is practically new to me now. So I wanted to ask you guys some questions. So hopefully, not only will it give me answers, but it'll give people who are listening, who are new to Pokemon Go, or coming back to Pokemon Go.
True.
They're rediscovering what's new to Pokemon Go. So I wanted to, first of all, the new update that just came out the other day. What can you guys tell me about that new update that just came out?
So basically, they updated the when you train a gym, you can use 6 Pokemon now
instead of just the one.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, like, what do you think that's generally a better thing to do?
Well, I think it is.
I think it is too, but I'm kind of wondering: do you get less prestige for the gym now, or what's going on? Like,
I think the prestige will still depend on the Pokemon that beat it if it has lower CP than the ones in the gym. So if the one you use to actually beat it is lower, you'll still get that extra prestige for beating it with something that's lower. But if it takes you 2 or 3 and the one that you end up beating it with happens to be higher, you probably get less.
So can you strategize and maybe like
use a strong one, get it weak, and then switch out?
Switch out to your 10 PG?
That's something we'll have to test.
We should test that.
We need to test that.
But like, do you think it's gonna what potential problems there could be from like having 6 like Pokemon at the same time? Because there's people that could abuse it. Because like already, like I've encountered like people who are like gang up on a gym and they somehow like just take it over in an instant. And
but wasn't that before the update?
That was before the update because that's when you're just using 6, just battling the gym like when it's the opposing team.
Right.
So that's just how the game is designed to work.
No, I'm talking about when they level up
when they train
it. They can now train it up quick?
Now they can train it
But that kind of benefits
that's good.
Us because a lot of people who attack a gym
could take it down way quicker than you could train it up.
But what about those people that are already overpowered?
Well, they were already overpowered, so it's not going to change anything for them.
The thing with this update, it doesn't really affect us,
people who are at higher levels?
Yeah, people that are higher levels, because usually we already have stronger Pokemon that what's already in the gym.
Yeah.
But this benefits the lower, new starters because
they can use their whole team.
Yeah, they can use their whole team.
Exactly. Like instead of level 5 barely starting picking this team, and his highest is what level
500 maybe.
Probably 500.
Yeah.
So in that case, if it's a 500 versus a 2000 Dragonite, it's gonna average it to where it could be best for him to fight.
So I wanted to ask you guys, what level are you currently at Pokemon Go?
28 right now.
28.
Should we say our names because I don't know if they can?
Oh yeah.
Well, Juniker, I'm Juniker, and I am level 27 still.
I'm Robbie. I'm 28.
And Eladio, 28.
Well, the reason why is because...
Wait, what about you, Sal?
Yeah, what level are you, Sal?
I just turned 20, but I'm about to be 21.
So you can dream!
Woo! Okay, well...
Get all your Pokemon
I'm about to be level 21. But the thing is, because I was talking to somebody today, and I found out... Well, I don't know, I can't confirm or deny this yet, but I wanted to follow up with you guys. Is it true that level 40 is practically the max, the max level you can have in the game?
Currently, it is the max level in the game, yes.
For what it seems, yes. We haven't seen anyone post 41, or we haven't even heard about anyone.
I believe they confirmed with that person who used a bot to hack to get all the way to max level that you stop getting experience at 41.
So then...
or at 40. Sorry.
Well, if they did use a bot, then
I mean, it is possible that they could have just increased it like secretly, and nobody has found out.
There's enough people data mining it. I feel like we would have
heard.
Still
do that
because people still data mine after every patch to see what the new stuff for the next patch is like.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
So I think we would have heard.
Yeah. So I found out today in an article that recently just came out. I can't confirm whether it's credible or not, but the word is that these people that are level 40 with the new update, they are practically banned from battling gyms now. So in this article, it was reported that a handful of level 40s, they could not battle gyms anymore. They always had an error, and practically they reported this bug to Niantic. And Niantic responded that Niantic will not deal with any customers' support at the moment. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that's a potential problem with things maxing out at level 40 that just creates a glass ceiling for the Pokemon Go players? And are you upset about that whatsoever?
Well, since we're not 40 right now, it doesn't really bother us.
Yeah, it doesn't bother us.
But what does bother me is that Niantic is throwing the I'm not,
We're not responsible.
Request, exactly.
Yeah. Which
they've
been doing a lot.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot not recently.
The entire time, honestly.
The entire time, yeah.
Yeah, they're not good at communicating with fans.
Exactly. So, for them to ban them for not training, that's their, that's not the player's fault. Because if they did do it legitly...
do you think they did it legitly,
to my knowledge, I've not heard of anyone reaching 40 legitly, though.
But I'm just, put, bots and all that out. If they did do it legitly,
they shouldn't be
punished for that. Banned, exactly. When Niantic figures out a way that they know for sure, you used the bot, you were spoofing, you didn't do this legitly, then that's when they should ban those people, not the entire community.
So but it sounds like this wasn't even an intentional ban by Niantic. This was just a glitch that they're not willing to fix.
Exactly.
I mean, is there a way that they can see, okay, so a day... The highest that I've seen that maybe somebody has gained an XP without hack or without doing the spoofing or whatnot, can they kind of calculate okay, in 1 month they're gonna be this level, and then maybe they see
they do have a calculator for that, but it averages. It doesn't know it doesn't know how much Pokemon you're catching a day. It doesn't know how much it just averages. I don't know what the XP average is, but it's just that's what it does.
Before you guys continue some more, for people that like me or for people listening who don't really understand, what is a bot or what is a spoofer? Can you guys define that?
So the bot would be they have written or found a program that plays Pokemon Go on its own because it's a program that they've put in. They've basically hacked the game so that it will walk around and catch Pokemon automatically without them having to actually actively do anything.
Yeah. And has Niantic found a way how to
when they are able to catch them, they ban them, but they're not always able to catch them.
Oh. And there's not been any updates whatsoever that is able...
There have been updates that attempt to, and they catch some, but again, not all.
Okay, so what is a spoofer?
And so spoofing is where you specifically hack to change the GPS of your phone so that you can teleport to different areas without leaving your house, and then you walk around just using a little joystick or something, and you move around without actually walking anywhere.
Those both, they just take away the integrity of the game. When the purpose of the game is to take you out and, make you go outside and, play a game with your friends and just walk around.
Exactly.
So why do you think game developers haven't really fixed this? Do you think they're unable to, or is there always a way around it?
They're constantly trying to, but there are ways around it. Always.
Yeah, there's always a way. With any game that deals with GPS, there's always a way around it because it's the GPS on the phone, not on the game. It's not like a software they could add. If they have to the only way to patch it is probably from the phone, software on the phone, not the programming of the game.
Yeah, it's on the GPS. But I think for iOS, you actually have to download a modified version of Pokemon Go that has that built-in analog joystick thing and the spoofing, whatever. But you can't.
So I'm sure people will find ways around it, no matter what they do to try to stop it.
Wouldn't that be infringing the copyrights for Pokemon Go? Because
depends on how they implement it. If they are selling it, depends on a lot of different
They're
things.
replicating it. You can't, according to copyrights, you cannot replicate or produce a copy
Yeah.
of that game, especially for your financial gain.
Yeah.
Especially for financial gain. It's
So-
possible that they're not selling it.
No, it's free. They don't sell it.
And it's possible that they've found some loophole where they're not actually recreating the game. They're just adding an extension to something that just adds on to without copy.
So
I'm sure they've found ways.
Well, it might not even be like the game of Pokemon, but it just probably runs on the same server of Pokemon.
Yeah.
So it could be a total different software, but still be on the Pokemon Go
Mhm.
server somehow.
And if there's a separate one that just changes where your phone's GPS thinks you are, but doesn't add in the moving around thing, they could do that without touching any of the copyrighted material.
Yeah.
wow, that's pretty crazy. Isn't it crazy that a big company or a big industry like such as Pokemon can't really handle these kind of hackers?
A large part of that is that it's not Nintendo doing this. It's the smaller company Niantic, which is, I believe, just an offshoot of Google Maps. No, people who created Google Maps
Yeah.
and made their own much smaller company. And so that's what's actually running it. They just got the Pokemon license.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
Nintendo, I'm sure if Nintendo were actually controlling this directly, it would work a lot better, have better customer service, and everything.
When we went to me and Rogelio, or me and Junior, we went to E3. It was at the Nintendo booth and everything. So I would have assumed that it was by Nintendo, but
Just
that is-
licensed.
right?
Yeah,
That's
it's just
pretty,
licensed,
That is
yeah.
pretty interesting.
Just the Pokemon name is what they got.
hmm
Wow, I see. So, as players of this game, how do you feel? What is the right way, or what is the best way to fix these problems? Like, how would you approach this if you were a game developer?
I think the first step is to actually communicate with the people playing your game.
Right.
more.
Yeah. I mean, they
Which
have.
for them might be to hire some more people.
Yeah.
So they can do some community outreach.
Yeah.
I mean, they have kind of improved since the beginning. I mean, they do kind of.
It's a little better, but it's still pretty
a little
bad.
better, but yeah, it's still bad.
Huh.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that like a company like them, they have like very bad communication skills with their like players, like how like the level 40 people, they can't even they can't play, they can't be any gyms anymore. Like, what would you do if you hit level 40? It's kind of like that. Honestly, like, this is a very fatalistic analogy, but that's kind of like somebody thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna die one day. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna hit level 40 one day, and it's just gonna go downhill from that, you know.
Yeah.
From like,
Yeah.
I won't be able to enjoy Pokemon Go anymore, you know.
Though another way to think of that is once you've hit level 40, presumably you have every Pokemon. What are you even going to be doing until either battling update or something?
True.
Like, you're not going to be really playing it or doing anything for several months now.
But that's the thing. What if? Okay, so right now you're level 40 is banned for gyms right now. So
And
what
hopefully
if?
it'll be fixed.
But the thing is, what if they are banned from battling? You know what I mean?
Huh.
So
Oh.
it's like is it going to keep going with every update, or is it?
Or will
you
it be
know,
fixed by then?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Some other thing that I wanted to conclude here is in a census I found that was conducted by Forbes. It turns out that, stereotypically, I used to think that Valor was the most abundant team out there. And but it actually turns out that there's a census that they conducted. It turns out that 40% of the people playing are actually Mystic, and 35% is Valor, 25% is Instinct. Do you find that census like surprising, or do you not find it surprising at all?
So initially I found it surprising, but I think I understand at least a potential reason why.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of the people were Valor at the beginning, but there were a lot of people just kind of jumping on it as the fad. And
Yeah.
now that all those people who weren't really going to stick around have kind of left, it's probably been more Mystic people who've stuck around.
Especially in our town, because there was a
True.
lot of Valor in the beginning,
A lot
A
of them.
lot of
just
Valor.
because they were the superpower in this town.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then now, it's all I see is
Mostly Instinct.
Mostly Instinct now. And,
yeah,
Yeah.
And only 5
Nice.
players of Valor. That's what
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever seen a Valor in a long time, like a gym.
Here,
Oh, yeah, there's one right now.
There is one?
Yeah.
Where at?
That one sign.
Oh, yeah, and it's two of our friends, isn't it?
They were, I think they're both out by now.
Yeah,
Okay.
they should be.
But they were there at
But I think
first.
that was the only reason why
Yeah.
they're like, ooh, Valor. And they're like, they go over there and put something in.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but and the thing is maybe three that I see, like 3 out of 5 are like spoofers from Valor.
There's
Right.
3 consistent spoofing Valor people.
Because oh my goodness. Okay, so I live in the Pismo Beach area.
Lucky.
And yeah, it's a great area. And I was playing Pokemon Go last night, and I because I got this game again. I have the iPhone 6. And I can finally enjoy it. And I was walking at night, playing Pokemon Go. I was the only person there playing, as far as I knew. And I was fighting some gyms, and then I tried to defeat this gym, but I kept on getting this error. After I defeated it a few times, I kept on getting this error, and I'm just like, "What the heck? How come?" And I messaged you guys quickly on the group chat, and I said, "Hey guys, I have an error. Whenever I fight the gym, you guys tell me, maybe someone's trying to put in a Pokemon at the same time." And I just thought to myself, "Well, that's impossible. Nobody else is here. Like, there's nobody else here." And then I was like, "Oh man, I tried 5 times after that consecutively. How do I?" Eladi's trying to tell us there's a Bulbasaur around. Woo!
Ooh.
Bulbasaur. But
As we all
right?
check our phones.
But like
At my house?
No, it's nearby though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyways, like after trying 5 times to try to even just attempt to battle the gym, nothing. I would always have an error, and I can never fight it. And I was like, "This is weird."
Yeah.
So I went to the closest gym, which is only like less than 50 feet away.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I went to the second gym that was there, and I was able to defeat it. And I
Nice.
defeated it, and it was a Valor gym. Both of these
Okay.
gyms are Valor
Okay.
gyms too. I defeated it, and I leveled it up to level 4, and then I put my I just put like a cheap Pokemon that way I
Yeah.
could just level up quickly. And I see someone else is fighting the Valor gym, and I was like, "Whoa, this is cool." I go over. And I was gonna because I wanted to go meet that person because nobody wants to play Pokemon Go by themselves because it's pretty lonely, especially at night.
Yeah.
Like the whole entire week I was just like, "Guys, you guys should come up here." I sent you guys pictures like, "Guys, look how great it is over here in Pismo Beach."
Stop bragging.
I mean, I'm just trying to get you because it's pretty lonely playing by yourself.
Yeah.
But I walked over there because I'm like, "Oh man, I finally get to meet someone that's playing Pokemon Go here." And I go, and nobody was there. And I was just like, "What?" And I look. I could have sworn someone's battling the gym. And I thought, well, it must be a glitch then. Maybe like there's like some sort of time difference or something. Like maybe this is something that happened an hour ago, and it's just barely happening now, and it's catching up. And I really didn't know, and until I talked to you guys, and I found out it's possibly spoofers, because that same night, when I went back to my house to because it's from walking distance there. It's just a block over, and I can look at them. And I look at the map, and I see that the gym's been taken over by the Valor gym's got taken over by a Mystic, and I was like, oh, somebody went over and stuff, and then I started seeing like 3 people put like there was 3 lures on. And I was like, oh man, I messaged you guys, should I go out there? And like, go out there, but take a knife or something, Because you never know. But I was like, oh man, I got to do my homework and stuff because, I go to school.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to go out there. And I was like, whatever, I'm going to let this one slide. I'm going to play Pokemon Go tomorrow with my friends anyways when I head back home. And, finally I won't play a lonely game. But like, I didn't know, maybe that possibility... Could do you think spoofers can put lures and?
Oh, they definitely can.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I looked and there's 3 different people at the lures there. I'm like, oh, there's at least 3 people there. I'm like, what if they're instinct and stuff?
Yeah.
And I wanted to go over there because they had not yet taken down my gym. And I was like, oh, maybe they're instinct,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But a few minutes later, like 10 minutes later or 30 minutes later, actually, after the lures are gone, I see that they're attacking my gym, and I was like, oh, whatever, it's inevitable. My gym's gonna be attacked. I don't have very strong Pokemon, and then the gym gets taken down, and then I tune in back a minute later, and I see that they put 2 level 20 Magikarps in there, and I was like, wow, I think they're just trying to humiliate me, like, haha, I took over your gym, and I'm putting 2 very bad Magikarp in there. But next thing you know, like, I kid you not, this was within like a 9-minute span. They leveled up that gym to level 10, and then someone attacked the gym, and then they replaced after putting a stronger Pokemon after the 2 Magikarp, someone attacked the bottom 2 Magikarp, and they filled up the whole thing with strong Pokemon, and there was 10 different people, and I was like, what the heck? There's 10 people out there playing, but I was like, this is crazy. And then they took over the other gym after that, and this was just like crazy to me because I just saw these people completely dominate these two gyms like in seconds with 2 Magikarps, and there's 10 people out there, and I was just like, man, this is just like a team of like hunters, like valors, like, you know, like the Fire Nation's attacking.
Fire Nation.
Right, and that's I was like, man, I'm scared to go out there, honestly. Like, especially at night. This was like at 11 at night. I'm like, these guys. I mean, yeah, we play Pokemon Go at night too, but you know, I was like, these 11.
I think most people who play it do play at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to play during the daytime though because it's
Stronger Pokemon come out at night.
A lot more Pokemon come out at night too, and I even use my incense too, and I didn't catch.
You still have another?
Yeah, I have 3.
Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, like I think that's pretty crazy that these people are possibly spoofers, and this idea is new to me. And I don't know how long this has been around for. Like
Since
the beginning.
I mean, even before Pokemon Go came out, because I mean, you know, not to jump too much off topic, but with their first game, Ingress,
yeah.
This was out already. You know, GPS spoofing. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it just carried on from the first game to the next.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I didn't want to take over the conversation and everything and just dominate,
No,
but I just wanted to share my experience about that because it's a crazy experience for me, especially since I'm like a brand new person again playing this game. But what I wanted to finish off with is, do you think there should have been a green team?
I mean,
No.
No?
I mean, if they were going with the starters, because it would have been the 3 starters and Pikachu.
But if you're going with, since they went with the legendary birds to represent the teams, no green team.
I mean, in the first Game Boy Color games here in the U.S.
In the U.S. there was no green, but in Japan there was.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So if they had released in Japan first, it would have made sense to do a green.
So what if in Japan they have green and they don't? But they have blue, right?
They didn't have blue, I don't think.
So what if they have green in Japan?
Yeah, they didn't have blue over there.
I
mean, they had green version.
I think my explanation of why there probably should have been a green team is just like just for like equilibrium reasons, like because a lot of people, as I reported, that there 40% of people are Mystic, 35% are Valor, 25% are Instinct, and yet you hardly ever see Instinct, except in our community here. Instinct tends to be more abundant, but you know, like it seems to be like, you know, people like to like I read the article and people like the idea of like fire and ice because like of Game of Thrones reference of some sort, and I've never watched Game of Thrones, but I don't understand that, but apparently that there's many like social factors and about why people would love Mystic or Valor, and that kind of just makes it a lopsided like decision, like, and not many people are gonna pick Instinct because, you know, I feel like Instinct's always second guess, like no one's ever gonna pick Instinct. So if there was a green team, I feel like there would be more of an equilibrium because people would be like, hey, green's my favorite color, and put green. Because
that's true.
Think about how awkward color yellow is. Like, the only reason why my girlfriend didn't pick Instinct is because she hates the color yellow.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
But Zapdos is the best legendary bird by far.
And the only people that would actually pick Instinct is people who knew that.
Yeah, the people,
Or people who just really like Pokemon Yellow.
True.
They really like Pikachu.
That's what I picked too. I was like Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
My first game.
But Zapdos, it was because like even reading the little blurbs when you're first selecting them, just based on the blurbs, I probably would have gone with Valor.
Yeah.
But Instinct, Zapdos, man, so much better.
Yeah, I just don't like Moltres at all.
Moltres is the worst. It's garbage.
Yeah. So
it's objectively worse than Charizard.
Another explanation why Forbes thinks that Instinct is so lopsided is because a lot of people thought the team leader, what's his name, Spark, that he's like a joke. Like he was such a joke that he immediately became a meme. You know,
it is kind of amusing. They've made him out to be this huge hipster.
I think that's pretty funny.
So I feel like Moltres looks like, you know, those rubber chickens.
The rubber chicken.
He looks like a rubber chicken. That's what I was
with a little bit of fire on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
but
no
bouncing,
fight.
Yep.
but bouncing off my explanation of why I think there should be more of a green team because of the equilibrium between the teams. Do you guys have rebuttal for that, or do you guys?
I mean, if in the original game, they was a fourth legendary bird, or if it wasn't even the bird trio, if it was like 4 different unique Pokemon, maybe then. But since there's only 3 legendary birds, that's probably why they chose.
So
Because they could have made the 4th one Mewtwo, but then that would be
green.
way stronger and would have been purple.
The reason why I want to bring this up too is just to make a little a stand, hopefully a little I guess a green march as like a movement. I'm gonna start a green movement.
A green party, some might say.
No, sorry, Dr.
Vote Jill Stein.
Okay, so Ladio, you have your Pokemon Go out here, and at one point I wanted to make is look at your character. He's blue, all blue everything, right?
Yeah.
If I click on him, do you have practically blue everything? You got the blue backpack, the blue shirt, the blue hat, the blue shoes, and notice that the pants they don't have any blues, but whatever.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, the pants don't have good colors.
So
I chose. Whoa, sorry, I got to interrupt. But I chose this, not because a little bit because it's blue, but mostly because of the style. I prefer how everything that I chose how it looks. I chose it based off looks, not based off.
So what if you would choose based on either the birds or favorite color, but not clothing wise though?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you guys.
I want to ask Eladio first. I want to see.
What do you
if you weren't thinking about the looks on your guy, what other team would you have picked?
I would.
You still would have picked Mystic then?
Yeah, I would have chose Articuno. I love Articuno.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. So I wanted to ask you guys, how did your character look like in the game?
As much yellow as possible.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Actually, I think mine's a little bit
It's a
orange.
valid thing to do.
So, but that's why. So mine originally was orange because my favorite color is orange. So I put orange and stuff. But then recently, after I noticed so out of all the people that play on my campus, there's a ton. All the people they generically use the same colors and everything.
Yeah.
It might be a little gang movement that they're doing.
Duh.
But I noticed nobody uses green, and I was like, there is no green anything. So,
sure?
There's the green shoes.
Green
so,
shoes.
For this movement that I'm starting, the green movement in Pokemon Go, I gave my character a green backpack and green lucky shoes. That way, maybe it can bring me a little luck because I feel like it's unique.
I will start that movement.
Not many people.
I'll do that too.
I'm doing the all green shoes too. The green backpack as well. Because not many people use that. I looked at many people. I was studying this. I have a parameter of 30 different people in different gyms, and these are from random gyms. None of them had green shoes, and none of them had green backpacks. All of them followed the same colors of the teams that they were in.
Okay.
Although I can't specify the parameters of how many Valor gyms or Mystic gyms or Instinct gyms that I viewed. They were all random gyms.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start this green movement to end off my podcast. I love the color orange, which is why I picked the orange shirt. But for the people that are listening and the people who like individualism and like being unique in Pokemon Go and don't want to be another person that are just using the same colors as their team.
Start using the same colors as Sal.
Start using my colors
be an individual together.
That's not what I mean though, but hey, you don't for people that don't really associate themselves strongly with their group, or even if they do, start the green movement with me. Who's with me?
Send us pictures.
Your
Right.
Pokemon Go character with green shoes
Twitter.
on.
I think Twitter would be the best.
Yeah, Twitter.
Yeah,
Probably.
Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah, Twitter, Facebook.
Post it on our Facebook.
and that could be our gaming grotto thing. Green
green
shoes,
movement.
green
Green
backpack.
shoes.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
You did right now?
Yeah, so we'll upload it on our Facebook.
Nice.
And we'll show you our characters. And
supporting.
the green
Right.
movement.
Green shoes.
Alrighty.
But before we end it, I
Yeah.
just want to talk about the Fast Pokemap and how we're sad.
That was
the loss
actually
of
one
Fast
thing.
Pokemon.
That was one thing I
Sadness.
forgot to ask about too. I somehow skipped over that on my notes. But go ahead, talk about
Alright,
it.
so-
Niantic, why you get rid of
I
third-party
know.
support when you won't give us the actual tracking system?
Yeah, exactly. Why would Niantic just remove the
Well, because they want to...
It makes sense, but
I think part of it is they also need to actively take down sites like that to protect their copyright, because it is going into their servers and using their stuff to find where the
So-
Pokemon are.
I mean, if they already released a new.
But they need to release the tracking system
in San Francisco. Why can't?
Why
they
not
do it
everywhere
here?
else?
Like, is
haven't
it that
they tested
hard?
it enough already?
Yeah. Like, why? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I wish I jumped onto Pokemon Go sooner before, like got an iPhone 6S, while the Pokemap or the Pokeradar or whatever. What is it?
The
Fast Map was the
Pokemap.
one.
Do any of the other ones still work?
I don't
think
believe
Have
so.
we checked?
We
checked Pokevision. That one
I
doesn't
tried
work.
Googling for others, but I couldn't find any.
That were any
but
good.
I haven't really
Pretty
like.
desperate. I guess, well, you know what? I think that's smart of the Niantic to do so. But, I mean, they should have definitely fixed something with the spoofers.
At least add something. I think we agreed that the best thing to do is at least add that compass.
Yeah.
Above each Pokemon.
Yeah, at least
so you at least know what general direction to go.
You know
in.
what would be kind of useless but be interesting if someone would be a Pokemon Go historian and wrote down what Pokemon showed up in the area at what certain time, you know?
There are Reddit subreddits that are doing stuff kind of like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
But because they change the spawns often enough, it's not really reliable.
There's no patterns or anything.
Well,
there are patterns that just only last for a short time.
Yeah.
Like there might be nests for
but then
Pokemon
they'll switch occasionally.
They change off. Yeah, they change a lot.
So like in our town, we know a few spots where some things spawn.
Now, do you guys want to talk about? Well, you guys already talked about the tracking system.
Yeah, and we're hidden.
Alrighty. Well, anyways, I think that's a good place to wrap up. We
Alright.
can continue the rest for the next podcast.
Yeah.
If you guys have any suggestions of what we should talk about, you guys could let us know. And if you guys have any questions about this, let us know as well. Hopefully, you guys can join me, Sal, and this green movement. Not a green party movement. Don't vote for Jill Stein. Just kidding.
Vote for Harambe.
If you want to vote for Jill Stein, go ahead. But
go ahead, throw your vote away.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos. Have you seen that? There's already a "Don't blame me." I voted for Bernie.
Wow.
Hey, I actually did. I caucused for Bernie.
Oh, okay. So,
well, thank you for watching the Gaming Grotto podcast, and no,
we're not watching.
thank you guys for listening.
Or
to the
listening.
Gaming Grotto
No,
podcast.
they will be kind of. I guess you're right. Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening to the Gaming Grotto. All right. Thank you for listening to the Gaming Grotto podcast. I hope you enjoyed our Pokemon Go talk, and watch our next video, or if you want, watch our previous podcast. And anything you guys want to add to it? Maybe join the green movement and wear green shoes and the green backpack.
Remember to vote this November. I don't really care too much who you vote for. Just remember to get out and vote, not just for president, but also for congressional and local elections.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you for listening to the Gaming Grotto podcast. As you can tell, this is a pre-recorded podcast because now there's a president-elect. And I'm sorry if you are a female character on Pokemon Go, you will not be able to join the green movement. Unfortunately, after doing this podcast, we found out quickly that you cannot wear green anything if you are a female character on Pokemon Go. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to our podcast, and I hope you guys tune in for the next podcast.